All right, Sean Williams with PowerMizzou.com. We are here with Sam Horn, Missouri quarterback commitment. Sam, you've been committed for a while. Just kind of talk about how it feels to be committed to Missouri right now, and just kind of how you feeling right now about Missouri.
I feel great. Love Missouri. I've been up there a few times, and I love Coach Drink. He's been recruiting me still. I mean, obviously, but love talking to him. Love talking to all the coaches. I'll go on a Zoom every now and then, and I talk to some of the players, kind of as like I don't know how to explain, like a meeting kind of with some of the players, just to talk about, what it was like coming into Missouri, and they all loved it. They say, Coach Drink has done a great job, just as a coach and a player's coach, and one guy has been there for I think 5 years or something, so he's seen the old staff and the new staff,
Right.
and he wanted to stay an extra year just because he loved the new staff and the team so much. So
Yeah.
that says a lot about how Coach Drink coaches. So
Yeah. You mentioned current players, talking to them. Do you talk to a lot of those guys like on a consistent basis, or?
Not consistent. No, I talked to a lot of the commitments already.
Yeah.
We talked to them a lot. And but no, we just had that meeting like last week, and so
Okay.
it was cool to just talk to them about
Gotcha.
the things.
You mentioned the commitments. Just talk about your relationship with your current commitments right now. How's that going?
It's great. We have a big group chat, and we talk all the time. Me and Max have become pretty good friends,
Yeah.
and trying to plan things out already about roommates and stuff like that. So I'm excited.
Good deal. I know you've been up there. You went up there a couple times so far this spring. I know you're up there for their open practice recently. But before all that, when did you kind of know Missouri was kind of the fit for you?
I really think it's when I went up to Columbia. Forgot the first time I went up there, I fell in love with the town. Loved Coach Drink already, and so it was a fit. And then at that point, it was just like, when am I going to commit? What's taking me so long? So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. You mentioned going up there. Obviously, the last time you're up there, you got to watch some practice, so you kind of got to watch the coaches in action too. What was your takeaways from that practice, and just kind of watching the coaches in action and the energy levels, stuff like that?
I like the way they practice. It was organized, and that's what you want in a practice. And then they had a little scrimmage after, just to see how everything's going. And it was cool to see that I can see myself in that offense. I can see myself playing down there, and I really like the way they did things.
Yeah. What does Coach Drink, what's the staff, what do they like about you, and what you kind of bring to the table at the quarterback position?
I think they really like that I'm a good athlete. I'm a really underrated athlete. I still think I'm underrated. Some people don't think I'm a good athlete, but I still think I'm a pretty good athlete, and they really like that. They like that I can control the field. I want to be a field general, and they just like I'm a good quarterback, so
Yeah.
a good leadership as well.
You're also playing baseball too, so just kind of talk about that aspect and how much that came into play for you.
Yeah, that was a big role, big deal for when I was committing. I took that in consideration with all the schools, and it was mainly for football. Like, football was that was number one, and then baseball was kind of like an add-on. But I really like the way that the coaches at Missouri for baseball have they talked to me just as much as the football coaches did.
Yeah.
So it was that was good to know as well, that they wanted me just as bad as the football coaches.
Gotcha. Talk about, we kind of talked about this before we hit record, but talk about, just yourself as a baseball player, where you kind of project at, things like that.
So I want to try. I mean, I play shortstop and pitcher here at my high school, but I want to try to play. I want to try shortstop at least and try to hit some. But if that doesn't work out, I'll probably just be a pitcher. So.
Yeah. And you also mentioned just kind of what your plans coming back to Missouri, checking things out, and obviously maybe talk about your official visit as well.
Yeah, so on June 2nd, that's when the dead period ends, I think. So I'm going to go to I think it was the night at the zoo, talk to all the coaches then, and get to know some more people, get to know some more recruits, and then I'll take my official visit against North Texas, and then I'll go watch the game and do all that good stuff then.
So you're gonna wait, take your official during the season.
Yes, sir.
Get the in-game experience and all that stuff.
Exactly.
So that'd be good. Yeah, just kind of curious. Just growing up, when did you start playing football? When did you kind of know you were really good at it?
I didn't start. When I played baseball, I started playing baseball when I was 6, but then I always wanted to play football when I was younger, but my parents didn't let me. And I want to say 7th grade was when I first started playing, 6th or 7th, and I always played up just because of my age, and so I always play with the seniors now.
Okay.
And I never played quarterback. I played receiver and like safety and all that. And at that point, I didn't really think I was any good or any bad. I just was out there having fun.
Right.
And then I think 8th grade year, one of the coaches was like, "Hey, you play baseball, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Try quarterback or whatever." I was like, "Okay." And at that time, we ran the wing tee, so I didn't throw the ball that much anyways. But
That's a good little introduction there.
yeah, it was a good introduction to the court. Just getting the ball under center and everything. But yeah, not until high school, not until sophomore year did, people start talking to me, and I was like, maybe I have a shot at,
Right.
I always thought I had a shot just because of athleticism, but I didn't really think how much of a shot I had with big D1 programs until sophomore year, until I had a really good year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm kind of curious too, just kind of college NFL wise, what are some quarterbacks you like to watch, kind of emulate your game after?
I love watching all of them. I try to pick and choose from everybody, but I mean, you gotta respect Tom Brady. I mean, just the fact how he just runs the offense, you gotta love that. I like watching Trevor Lawrence. I know he's not in the NFL, but he will be.
Yeah.
I like watching him. I like Russell Wilson, Kyler. I really just like all of them.
Yeah.
There's no specific person that I'm just like, yeah, he's my favorite. But I love watching them, how they run things. So try to model myself after them.
Yeah. Going back to baseball, talk about, you said you're kind of maybe more seen as a pitcher. Talk about your pitching aspects. What's your best pitch? What you top out at on your fastball, stuff like that.
So I've topped out at 95. That was at a practice, but in the game, I think I've topped out at 93, 94.
Okay.
And my favorite pitch, I don't know, it's either the fastball, just throw it as hard as you can, or I love spinning the curveball. And I'm trying to get some new pitches. I throw a changeup. I need to work on that, but I'm trying to add some new pitches to the arsenal so I can, have a little, third-dimensional type of thing, going.
There you go. I asked you too, is there, before we got on camera here, but just talk about, you seem pretty committed to Missouri. I asked you if, were there any other schools talking to you right now? What was your answer?
No schools are talking to me. Even if they were, I would, talk to them. So I'm all locked in.
All right, good deal. Anything you want to say to the Missouri fans out there?
MIZ.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it.